Beauty and harmony, governed by one eternal law. All that begins must end. The reign of the old shogunate is over! This is a black day!
Okay, welcome back to Total War Shogun 2 2v2 Sakura Championship 2026. So we got a very interesting map between the battle. This is a battle between Team Gibba Shogunate versus Team Cjtmeta Gaming. So we got the Shogunate versus the Gamers. So right now we got a very interesting buildings in here. Both key buildings are valuable. So the the gamers are the blue team and the red team are the shogunate in here. So we got a very interesting army in here. Okay. So I think this is gonna be an engagement. No, it's not an engagement in here. So let's check the statistics in here, the frontal in here. So we got a Fall of the Samurai versus a Fall and Vanilla to Vanilla. Okay. Okay, looks like the once again, if you get confused, the attacker of the first round is Team Shogunate. So we got first volley from the Imperial Guard, shooting at the black horses. So it looks like Starkill did notice it. And I think this the Shogunate are a fan of what is this arm? I'm not sure of what is arm, but mostly if they display like something a name like this, it means that they have a clan or a group something. And okay. I think the best choice in here is that Ominous will regroup. Okay, we got the first charge in here from the cab, chasing at the Yari cab in here. There's no gun protection from Ominous in here, so I think you could take your time in charge. But I don't think the spear is a good wise choice to fight your cab in the long term. We also have a reinforcement here, which is an Dachi in here, and we also have the bow. This is a very aggressive bow in here to get a closer position. So we got a light infantry battle here. So this is gonna be a start of the fight in here. So we get the first volley shooting at the Red Bear, and the one who is firing at the Royal Marines with a 50 range, with extended range. And we also have the Red Bear in here, got shot by the Black Horses. So it looks like it is a winning light infantry battle for Meta in here. And for Ominous in here, I think he's having hard time on the suppressing cab for CGT in here, and we got some revolver cab. Oh my god, the Yari cab got vaporized from the revolver cab. Okay, that was a good good free hit from the revolver cab, and he got shot from the bows. I think the next unit will be vaporized will be the bow samurai. So that was a very interesting micromanagement from Meta in there. So how about Starkill in here? So it looks like stagnant. This is gonna be a problem in here. What we can see in here that team show. We got some. It's kind of chaotic in here. So let's take the game a little bit slower because there are too many things happening. I'm not sure where should we focus first. We got a Katana Samurai in here. Got shot from revolver cab, and I think the revolver cab is almost out of the ammo. And he got chased from the... What kind of general is this? A leadership general. Okay, but there's no standard fight. That's a very interesting choice from Ominous in there. Upgrade from his general. And he's just ignoring the this is a big loss for Ominous in here. His general will die in here if there's no any kind of cover units, or maybe this is just a distraction so that he could kill the other units, and we also have the revolver cap. I think it's the last bullet they have. And about the other side, so we got the first so we got 2 light infantry shooting at the Azure Dragon Force. I think this is a loss for Dragon Force in here, but in the middle side, it is a winning side for Meta. So the battle is slowly shifting to Team Gamers. So I think in terms in this other side, I'm not very sure. We are sure that this is a little bit a winning side for team team Shogunate. If they could successfully win this side, they could shift the favor into 50-50 once again. So we got some line infantry in here, a red bear, reinforcing their cabs, so they're using their units in the combat so that they get a free hit for the light infantry in here. So this is, I think this is a micro mistake from Ominous in here. He forgot his Sudachi close to the red bear in here. So this is a micro mistake, a big micro mistake. You could silence the guns in here, and they got, oh my god, he got shot from the revolver cap once again. So this is gonna be very hard for Team Shogun in here. How should they deal in this kind of situation? This is very hard. This is very hard for here because in Team Gamers they still have more Fall of the Samurai units. So this it's a big advantage for the Fall of the Samurai here. And we also have charge in here from the Yari charging at the Azure. No, this is Azure. No Black Purchase. Okay, that's a good charge in there. That's a very deadly charge, and they got covered from the Shogunate guard in here. That's a nice cover from the Shogunate in there. And how about the other side? So it looks like Starkill is almost. I know it's not Starkill. It's Ominous is losing most of his men, and I think he has very few units in here. And so we got a sneaky small detachment force in here. It's called the Yari Samurai here. I think he's trying to go for the to cause some commotion in the behind of the enemy lines of Team Shogunate in here. So I think the Shogunate didn't notice that there's okay, he noticed it. That's a good response from Ominous in there. That's a good response from his spear wall in there. Okay, that's a nice one. And we also have the saber crab. We just call you saber crab. So we get some cab in general in here. That's a very intensive to use the general of CGT in here, just to suppress some katana units from Ominous in here. And looks like Starkey was losing in the frontal battle from Meta in here because there's a 3 problems. So we got some Daikyu in here and a Bone Warrior Mouse and a Bow Samurai. So that's why they're losing in this right flank. Once the bow units from the middle side of Gamers successfully their frontal battle, and they shift to the left flank. So it's a great combination from Gamers in there. So how about the other side? So we got a free hit from the red bear in here, but I don't think they could kill much in there because of the forest cover. So we got a slight rush. No, not a slight rush. It's a mini rush. No, it's not a mini rush. Just a 1 rush unit. And we also have the red bear here shooting at the red bear also. Okay. And the Yari Ashigaru. I don't know why he salit out in there. You could stay in there because you have a forest cover. You don't need to charge it there. Okay, that's good, Ominous. That's good. So looks like the Yari Samurai of CGT was not out. It's not shattered yet. So this is gonna be a problem. In this revolver cab, I think the revolver cab has not a very threatful unit in here. So this is a losing unit from the Shogunate guard. I don't think you could. You need to fight in these light infantry inside the forest, and you got a flank light infantry from the other side. So I think this is a mistake from Starkill here. You don't need to forward. Even if your team are the attacker, your other side you could like focus on one at a time, not fight in multiple lines at once. I think you could take your time and finding some opportunity where to attack and where to deal some more damage. So I think this is a losing round for Team Gibba Shogunate. So that's it. So that's a big loss for no, it's not a big loss. It was great. It was great. Yes, if only if the gibba shogunate has the workshop, they could have the cover against the bows. But I think gibba shogunate has some small mistakes, but not very big. It's just a small mistake. So I think they learned that they need bows in this kind of situation. And the left flank, I think the problem in there is that I think Ominous didn't request any kind of reinforcement gun cab from Starkill. So I think the very important in this situation was reinforcement for communicate. I think the very important in this situation is that Ominous needs to communicate his ally Starkill to send gun cab in his flank, and for Ominous, since Ominous has a few units, maybe he could guide Starkill in not to forward his light infantry in that forest, because if you're going sally out in the forest, you will lose the cover, and while your frontal enemies are having the forest cover, which is a great disadvantage in light infantry battle. So before we end the round 1, let's check the unit statistics first. So this is very interesting. In here, CGT was using quality units, and for Meta is using quantity. And for Ominous and Stark League, both using quantity units, but I think, yeah, I think they have just small micro mistakes. So if they perform a little bit well, they could have matched up with the team Cjtmeta Gaming. So let's check the high skill. So the game duration was 8 minutes or 30 seconds, so not too quick and not too long. So it's just fair enough. Yes, maybe. We have the high skill, which is the bow warrior monk. So that was a good free hit from CGT bow warrior monks. And for Ominous in here, he got a lot of sword units in there, but he got suppressed from the cabs, which was a good response for team CGT, for the gamers. It was a good response for gamers to use their cabs, because the sword units cannot suppress the cab charge. That's usually the game mechanics in there. So let's check the other players' high skills. We got the revolver cab. The revolver cab, I think that revolver cab wiped out 3. One cavalry cab, 1 bow samurai, and 1 nodachi. So that's a great micromanagement from Meta in there. So good job getting that high kill for revolver cab, even though you know that it's a limited ammo. So, yeah, the biggest weakness for revolver cab is the ammunition. They are very fast to fire and very deadly, but they are very fast to empty their ammo. So we have Starkiller here killing 230 from his infantry de marine. So we didn't see the infantry marine in action. I think the infantry de marine, the French marine, was in the left flank or in the middle side. I think it was in the left flank. Yeah, I think so. So that's it for our round 1. So we will not take it long. Let's proceed to round 2. Okay, welcome back once again to Total War Shogun 2 2v2 Sakura Championship of 2026. So we got round 2 in here. So this is a very interesting map choice for team gamers in here. They choose the Sanrico Ria, and so the attacker team in here is the gamers. So in terms of key buildings, we got the Sword Dojo. I think this is gonna be a very fast game, and we got the Archer Dojo. That's a very interesting. I think the defenders must take it a little bit slower. Do not take the aggressive. So they take the aggressive decision in here. So they're charging at the cabin here using the triangle formation. So this is a gamble decision in here. Yes, this is a very gamble decision here. I don't think this is very advantageous in here. And while this general is leadership, I don't think this is a benefitable for decision for CGT in here. But they took the gamble. Oh, I got confused. These are the team gamers, and these are the team shogunate. So we got a very aggressive cab in here. So we got a chaotic big battle of cabs in here. So this is the first time of Sakura Championship we have a big cab battle in here. Looks like we have a Mongolian battle in here, a Genghis Khan battle in here. So there's a lot of cabs flashing in this side. So that's a very kind of appetizer for our first cab engagement in here. So it was a big gamble decision for team gamers in there. And we got another revolver cabin here shooting at the Yari Samurai. Okay. And another, this is an Imperial Guard in here. So looks like Starkill decided to bring a bow because he was experienced a bow threat from the first round. So yeah, that's it for our cab engagement. So the second engagement will be the sword clash. We got some Yari Samurai against the Nodashin here. Looks like it was not charged for the sword units. It got intercepted from the Nodashin mixed with Yari Samurai. So another charge in here. We got Nodashin charging at the Lone Sword. Lone Sword decide to pull back. No, they will get catch up in here. So this is kind of very chaotic one in here. And how about in this side? I think this is not a stagnant situation here. So this is a buff plus buff for teams gamers in there. And also in here we have Sword Dojo. And while the Shogunate has the workshop, okay, they have great they have the buff, defense buff. Okay, we got a good beautiful fire arrows from the bow catch in here. They're shooting at the Imperial Guard. Looks like Meta didn't notice so soon, so that's a great a snipe from the bow catchy of Starkill. Good job. And we also have the okay. I think this is a losing close sword units for Team Shogunate here. So they successfully managed to kill the gun cab, but the second problem that they will face up is how would they deal these 3 units of sword units charging down here. They need some suppressing units here. I think this is the suppressing units here, the Spare Levy. I don't think he noticed it so fast. They will kill this white bear will get killed first because it's a little bit late for the Spear Levy to provide some support in here. I think this is gonna not worth to defend in there. I think you need to. Since you are the attacker, I think it's wise choice to abandon the workshop and focus on this side. This is your biggest advantage for Team Shogunate in here. This is the advantage in it. You need to suppress in how to deal in this situation. This is not a good choice to fight in this deadly frontal battle because there's five blind infantry in there. I think the chances in here for Team Shogunate is to how would they deal in this healing. This is the only advantage they have. They must find some any kind of opportunities, some ways on how to deal with this one. If they successfully win this one, they could turn this game around. I think it's losing. There's a lot of routing units from. Oh, this Lone Sword doesn't have the Banzai. I don't know why. I think the goal on here is for. Yeah, this is the mouse route. Yeah, there's lots of mouse route in here. If only these units has the Banzai, maybe he could like style the sword combat in here. Yeah, that was the weaknesses for that was the big turnaround weakness. No, it's weakness. Yeah, that's the biggest weakness for Team Shogunate in there. They don't have any kind of units that could enable Banzai. If they have units that can enable Banzai, I think they forgot to enable Banzai because it was a very chaotic battle because we got the cab engagement here in the second and next is the sword engagement. I think that was a big battle in there, and I don't think there's a general in here using a standing fight. If only Omino's general with a standing point deployed in here, they could sustain the moral issue in here. Yeah, so at least the team Gibba Shogunate did their best in this kind of engagement. The only problem is that how would they sustain in that moral? So I think it was very confusing for Team Gibba Shogunate. So it was our yes. So that's it for our round 2. Before we jump to the round 3, let's check the unit statistics first. So at least the gibba shogunate finds some opportunity in that kind of situation, but I think the only mistake was there's no moral sustainer in there, so there's no general that would keep their surrounding units what is this? Sustain, fight for the last man. So only they have the moral. Only the general is in there. The silent fight. Yes. If not the silent fight, maybe the general of the four of the samurai. Maybe they could use the one what is it called from the gun mastery, and for the bushido mastery. I forgot the name of those two abilities. So we got CGT4D is using same again quality units, and for meta is using quantity, so same build. But I think it was I think Gibba Shogun was not prepared in that kind of situation, a very rush situation. So the game was just finished in 5 minutes. So check kills. We got a lone sword in here, which kills 128, and Yari somewhere with 118. It was a very rush units in there, but the CGT has still have a lot of reserves. That was the biggest advantage for team gamers in here. Cjtmeta Gamings. Yes, that was the biggest advantage in there because they managed to master out their opponent, which was the unit mostly from ominous sword units. So we got ominous in here. The highest skill is Nudachi. I think he forgot to enable the banzai the Nudachi in there. So how many Nudachi does he have? He has 3. Or I think I think this is a big mistake for arm ominous here. So you better do better in the next round and third round. Okay, let's hope so. Let's find some opportunity. This is gonna be hard for your team because your team has still 0 and your the opponent's gamers has 2 points. So this is a very hard comeback, but at least you can come back, just like what did Shogun Club did. It was a great battle. They made a great epic comeback in that kind of situation, because they find some opportunities and do some teamwork combination. And we got the US Marines from Meta in here. He killed 159. I didn't see the United States Marine is in the middle side. It was contesting the workshop. And we have star kill in here. We got 72 from his Yariki. I think the Yariki is the one who is fighting at the arrow formation of CGT in the cab engagement. It was a very chaotic cab battle in there. So that's it for our round 2. Let's proceed to round 3. Okay, welcome back once again to our battlefield of 2v2 Sakura Championship 2026. So this is gonna be the last chance for Gibba Shogunate to turn this game a comeback. They need to win 3 wins straight to turn this game around. So this is gonna be a very hard comeback in here. Let's hope so that they will have the great epic comeback in this situation, like what the Shogun Club did. We got Sword Dojo in here, and we have the Shrine and also the Archery Dojo. So all 3 keys are too valuable to lose in here. So we got some triangle formation in here. So we got the arrow formation in here. No. You need to charge, man. You need to charge. Do not hesitate. Okay. That's a good charge in there. Good charge in there. Okay, nice. So we got another cabin engagement once again. Peephole. And we got a flanking cab. Okay, this is nice. Star kill, do not stop your cab flanking in here. And so we also have a cab flanking in here. Do you see? Oh no, this is a very gamble, a suicide decision from Ominous in here. We need to take this game a little bit slower, because this is the first from older matches that there's a lot of reckless cab engagement here. This is a pure gamble of cab engagement in here. And so we have the revolver cab in here. They got chased from the saber cab. I think the saber cab doesn't need to chase that up. You must surround the forces of the gamers cabs in here. If they could eliminate the cab in here, they could turn great advantage for this round. You will have great no, they will have the more chance of winning in this round. They could have easier battle in this one. Oh no, it looks like Starkill Saber Cab decided not to chase that unit, but it was not really worth. So we got Kev from Meta in here. I think he's trying to reinforce his ally CGT in here. So this is a lost unit for CGT. This general is so. Oh no, this is from CGT. So where's the general? Okay, that's this both. I don't know, but the vanillas in here are gamblers. I don't know. They're gambling their caps in here. I think, yeah, I think CGT, the best decision in here is to pull back your Jera, save your Jera, and sacrifice your other units in here. I think this is the time you need to pull back your general. Your general must be saved as must be saved. You must save your general. They got chased from the Yari cabin here. If Ominous in here could kill the general, this would be a great advantage for the shogunate in here. So we got another engagement in here from the reinforcement cab of Meta in here. So we also have a cab from Ominous. Oh, that's a very interesting mounted gunners. So he bring gunners in there. That's a very interesting choice from Ominous in there. So looks like the general still lives for CGT. I think that's at least this is still a great advantage here. So now the second time is that how would you deal in this footman battle in here? So we got footman battle. We got footman battle in here. So about the other side, so finally we got the advantage for Starkill here using his bow against the line infantry, and the red bears got chased off by Saber Cab. I think this is the advantage for Starkill in there, and for the other side in here, they got vaporized from the bow in there. We got some 2 bows or 3 bows. We got 3 bows with. Okay, wise decision! That's good, Ominous. Okay, but that's a wise choice. Do not engage yet. Do not engage yet because there's Royal Marines in here. I think you need to regroup in here. I think this is the time you need to abandon the archer though. There's no point in contesting in this archery dojo in there. And for the revolver cab, I think you need to use your bows. And so we got some cab enforcement from Starkill in here. So this is gonna the most cab battle in here from all the matches I've seen so far. And we also have the mounted gunners in here. They got charge from the black torches. Is this a micro mistake from Cjtmeta? I didn't see. Oh, we didn't see that. I don't know how come did the light infantry get into the in the deep frontal battle. That's I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how did that line infantry manage to get in the very close to the enemy front line. So yeah, and you need to take take this game a little bit slow. Your bow is not very accurate in shooting. I think you need to hide from the forest. No, they got shoot from the revolver guy. I think this is a micro mistake from Ominous in here. Yes, a big micro mistake in here from Ominous. And the revolver cab, I think you cannot kill the revolver cab in here. Maybe if you could shatter it, that would be a great. Looks like Ominous gambled his general once again, but I think this general cannot live. He got shot from the Royal Marines. Yeah, I think the general is dead for that one. And for this one, we got one. I think this general is in a mix. I'm not very sure about this general. Focus on which mastery they focus on. Okay, what is this unit in here? So we got a lot of units running in here. So I think this is. I think this is it. But in here, I think the plan in here. Let's take the game slow a little bit. Pause a little bit. If Starkill in here could hold this front line in here, they could, and while they focus on this side, they could turn this game around and they could win this in. You could have the comeback in here, just like what is Shogun Club in the Shogun Club match. If they could win against Meta in here, it will be 2v1. Even though there's a lot of light infantry in here and some units in here, all these remaining units, you must keep them occupied, keep them distracted, so that Meta will not send any kind of reinforcement. So we resume the pursuit. So we got a pursuit in here. So we got a lot of melee units. So looks like Starkill invested on melee units. So okay. Looks like CGT is now starting to fall back. Okay. I think he needs to sacrifice some small units in here for his other units to completely fall back in here. Yes, he's sacrificing some of his units in here. And some like one. Okay. We got a reinforcement from Meta in here. He's starting to send some reinforcement in here. And the archery dojo was not belong to anyone. Okay, I don't know why, but okay. I think this the shogunate must not repeat the same mistake that they will mass rout. They need to win this decisively. And so we got another cav reinforcement in here. Though does the shogunate have the spear? Do they still have a spear? They have a very small spear left in here. And I think this cav is trying to find some opportunity where to flank. I think they're finding where to flank in here. So no one to try to give the shrine in here. So the shrine belongs to no one. Okay. Okay, you need to keep pushing. You need to keep pushing and avoid any kind of mass rout in here. You need to push. You need to kill as much as possible. This is gonna be a threat for team shogunate in here. The gamers is having trouble on how to deal with this rush units in here. Okay, we got some 2 units here starting to rout in here. But they need the team shogunate must keep these units sustained. They need the moral. Okay, that's good. There's a general in here keeping this man alive. Okay. The pullback can Cjtmeta, keep running. Don't stop. There's no any kind of melee units to suppress these rush units in here. I think this is it. I think this is the best they could do from. Nope. It's hard to tell if this is the time to pull back and regroup, or to keep pursuing. So we get a Yarikiri in here aiming at. They're sniping at the Jero. No, this is it. This will be the beginning of the mass rout in here. No, that's a decisive Royal Marines from Meta in there. He sniped the Jero and got the snipe using the cav and the line infantry. Okay. That was the biggest turnaround for in this side. So looks like Team Gamers managed to deal in that kind of situation. So okay, that was unexpected. So great job for Team Gamers in there. We didn't expect that one, but the game doesn't end yet. So I think the game will reach about 15 minutes. Yes. Okay, I think this is you need to save this 1 unit in here. I think if you can save, don't think you can save that 1 unit in there. We got the spear in here, the spare Devi. I don't think you can save the bow catchy in here. Yes, I think we could not save, because how many line infantry does a Starkill have? Okay, this is gonna be a very tough to win this round. But they still have a chance. We could use the Bogachi. Nah, I think it's very hard for you to use a Bogachi against this one Bone Monk in here. This is gonna be very hard for Shogunate in here, because how many line infantry does the Meta from the gamers have? So I don't know why this is. Maybe you could hide this sword unit in here and charge at the right timing. Maybe. They could perform a little bit more better if they waited a little bit longer, if the gamers didn't notice it. So this is gonna be a pain in the ass in here, because the shogunate has no German here, and there's no cap on how to deal with the cab units of Meta in here, and they still have to deal with the gun cab in here. So the only saving point in here is that they must take this game a little bit slower. No, I don't think we could have the leisure to fight this a little bit longer, because yeah, it's very tough. I don't think you need to stretch very wide your French Marine in there. Yeah, I think this is it. So that was a big loss from the shogunate in the right flank. If yes, if only the general was alive and they didn't somewhat stop in chasing and successfully in their pursuit, maybe they could turn this game around. Yeah, that was the big loss from the shogunate in there because they lost like maybe eight units in that rush situation. Losing the Jura caused some units to panic and some units to shatter. So that's it for our round 3. So that was another a very interesting match of our second match of 2v2 Sakura Championship. So yeah, that's a very interesting cab engagement here and line battle and a fallback situation in a runner rush. And so that was a very interesting. I thought that the gibba shogunate has the game in the bag, but it was not. Thanks to Meta, find the solution how to suppress in that threat in their left flank. So yeah, maybe so that's a good A for Meta in there. So that's it for our round 3. Before we end the round 3, let's check the unit statistics first. I think the game ended with 13 minutes. I think so, or 15, or maybe 10. I think it's not 10. I think it's 13. Very interesting. Yes. After this, I will check the replay of others replays about if I need to verify if everything is alright and fair, and is it a fair game, including this one. Maybe if they bring 3 gun camps, excluding the general. Okay, so we have a same build as round 1 and round 2, quality. And okay, so Give a Shot did their best. So they getting improved in how to deal with the Cjtmeta gaming. So sadly, that was their only chance on the third round. They could win. Yes, they most likely had the high chance to win in that rush, but the general got sniped from the gunshot and the cam. So that's the biggest loss for Yiba Shogunate in there. So let's check the unit statistics. The highest skill for CGT was the Daikyu Samurai. So in long-term battle, it was not advantageous for Shogunate in there. So it was a good choice to rush in the situation, but it was not executed. No, it was very executed well. The only problem is that they didn't expect that the general gets sniped from the line infantry. I think they are too confident that the general will be still alive in that sustained situation of rush in. And ominous in here, he killed 113 from his Yari Samurai and some of his unit, but I don't know why he didn't bring Nodachi. Oh, he has Nodachi in here. Oh no, the Nodachi didn't enable the Banzai. Okay, another mistake from Ominous in there. He forgot to enable the Banzai. No. If they could, I don't know where the Nodachi in there, but if he could use the Banzai in there, he could turn the, no, he could not turn. He could have the greater chance to win in that rush-in situation. Yeah. Yeah, that was very unfortunate to not enable the Banzai twice. Second round and third round. So we got, it's this meta, the highest skill with the Royal Marines 431. I think his skills was in the rush. And some units for him during the fallback situation of Ominous. And we got Starkill in here from his French Marine. I think the French Marine was in the left flank of the Shogunate. So that's it for our Round 3 of the battle between Gibba Shogunate versus Team Cjtmeta Gaming. So thank you for watching our 2v2 Sakura Championship, and don't forget to like and subscribe. So stay safe and God bless.